Those are my words exactly. In the Morelos Mountains, campesinos are planting their fields, where the ghost of Apollo rides a horse that can still outrun the wheel. High in the sky above and clear outside is the free Mexican Air Force flying tonight. Well, there in Kentucky, a cowgirl is cooling her heels, remembering that God gave us herbs and the fruits of the field. But a criminal law that makes outlaws of those seeking life make the free Mexican Air Force, Mescalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight, flying so high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How strange an innocent herb causes money to burn. They'll jail you or kill you for making those rich fat cats squirm. But nothing can stop us, my vision is clearly in sight. And the free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. While he's smoking colitas, federales are loading their guns, blowing smoke from their six-shooters, spinning their barrels for fun. Contrabandistas, banditos of lies, we're the free Mexican Air Force and we're flying tonight. And high in the hills we are harvesting sweet sensimilla. The law wants it all because they think the wild we can free us. Freedom for us is a prison for the rulers of might. That's why the free Mexican Air Force, Mescalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. Everybody flying so high. Yeah, yeah. Flying tonight.
Hey, thanks so much for coming in here, man. Thank you so much for coming in here. Appreciate that. My wife's gone to bed, so I think I'll take this off here. I haven't worn one of these in all day since, oh man, long time. Slugger Sam, bro, thank you so much for coming by. Carlos Mendoza, Skull Asylum, salute, brother. Chauncey, how you doing, my brother? OG Eric, salute, my man, salute, salute, salute. Well, let me get this. Don't want this too loud here, man. Little blues in the background, because I guess blues is where it's at today. But last night, man, I was watching the Regis Progress and Zabata fight, and I felt really funky. My wife made some nice edible cookies yesterday, and I ate a couple of them, maybe more than I should have. They were like a one and done kind of a product, because we make these things strong. CH, how you doing, bro? Brandon, how you doing, my man? Yeah, I'm feeling really funky. I said, did I eat too much of this cookie? Because I was like, whoa, man. It felt like there was like a pillow around my head and my face and everything else. And I kind of, I'm watching the fight, but I just wasn't feeling right. I said, man, I must have OD'd on these edibles, bro. Tokyo Trend, bro. Brandon, how you doing, brother? I didn't even recognize you at first, bro. I used to sell that Tokyo Trend back in the day. I'll tell you though, man, I got up, last night was probably the worst night in a long, long time. And I'm talking about fucking cold turkey, and I'm talking about, having my heart broken. I'm talking about all kind of things, bro. All kind of crazy things, man. In fact, let me make sure my bro Brandon is an official member of the club over here, man. Let me make sure. I thank you so much for coming in, Chauncey. Let me get you too, brother. I don't want nobody timing you out over here, man. It's the least I can do for you is make you a member of my little family over here. But I didn't sleep at all last night. I mean, I had fucking heartburn. EMZID, salute, my brother. EMZID. MZID. How's that, man? I'm terrible with pronouncing shit, bro. But yeah, man, I must have got up. Oh, I'm going to say 10 times conservatively. I had to take a leak. And I just could not get right. I'm like, what's going on here? Something is wrong with me, man. Something is wrong with me, because I've, I eat them edibles like, that's my thing now, man. I love those edibles. The THC, it does me well. I don't mess with any kind of mind altering substances. I don't drink alcohol. I don't even drink caffeine. I don't do any pills, any drugs, any mind altering substances. Except, man, I like my weed. It's legal. I have a card. I let my card expire, man. What the hell, man? It's fucking legal. You think the state's going to get you more money off me than they already do? No, I don't think so. But anyway, man. This morning, MZID, Zid, MZID. Okay, MZID. I like that. MZID. That's a cool one. I'll get that down, bro. I'll get that one down. So anyway, man, I got up this morning and I said to my wife, I said, I think I got COVID. And she says, whoa, she goes, you don't look good. I said, no, I don't feel good either. So anyway, she gave me the COVID test, and we got about 10 of those kits in here. They gave them away, and, she'd get them when she went to the food pantry. And I mean, it was like a thing, man. They were all kind of, I used to do mushrooms way back in the day, man. I used to have a connection in Arizona. They used to send them to me in quarter-pound cans when I was a student up in Boston. I think I did mushrooms every day for about 2 months. Got to the point where they were toxic anyway. But getting back to this whole episode with the ninja, she says, yeah. She goes, baby, you're positive. And so the first thing I did was I called up my regular doctor, because I understood there's some pills you can take. There's like a cycle of I don't know. I don't know exactly what category they're in, but yeah, man. This guy. I never talked to this guy before. He was a doctor on call, I guess. His name is Todd Vecchione. Todd Vecchione, and he provided. He gave me these things, man. They're called Paxlovid. I can't pronounce the fucking thing, man. Paxlovid. But anyway, they come in these little cards here. It's a 5-day treatment, and you take one of these and two of these twice a day, AM and PM. And I took my AM this morning. I took my PM a little bit later on. Excuse me. And it seemed to help a little bit. I mean, I haven't went out and bought a pack of these fucking things. I don't think ever. But my wife came home with a pack of these, man. You know, because I do not want to infect her, bro. I definitely don't want to infect my old lady. That would be the shits right there, man. And then she also got me some Tylenol, some extra strength Tylenol, which I don't even keep around the house, man. You know, we usually do, but I haven't taken my temperature, MZ. I haven't really bothered taking the temperature, but I don't think I have a fever. Oh, if I did, it went away. And then she bought me some nasal spray, some saline. There's only thing in here is salt water. Okay. I think it has worked for me because I feel like 100% better. In fact, I almost feel like I didn't even have it. But see, what I did was I went to see my brother, B&B Boxing, Big Nick. He's a pharmacist. He was doing a live this morning talking about the fights. And being a pharmacist, I told him, I says, Nick, I said, I caught the fucking COVID today. I caught it last night. And Nick's a big guy. He's got a deep voice. B&N Boxing. Check him out sometime, man. He knows his boxing. But more than that, he's a registered pharmacist, and that's something I could have never been. I don't think I could be there now, be a registered pharmacist now. Too much temptation. But what he did was he said, stay active, move around. Move around. And I didn't feel like doing anything this morning when that happened. And what I usually do, first thing in the morning when I get up, before I even put anything in my mouth, I take my dog for about 2-mile walk. Exactly 1.78. I figured it out on my phone the other day. I do that twice a day. And, I said, damn, he's looking at me like, hey, we going out today? We going out? And I said, yeah, man, I'm going to take that walk because I guess circulation, getting some fresh air. I probably should have worn my mask, but I would have looked like a freak walking down the street with a fucking mask on these days. But yeah, I did my 2-mile jaunt, and I've been feeling progressively better. I got this rotten taste in my mouth, though, man. Rotten taste. And I've been drinking a lot of water. I drink a gallon of water a day anyway. And everybody tells me stay hydrated. So I probably had a gallon already. It's only 9 o'clock. Probably have a couple more of these 16-ounce mugs before I hit the hay. The outdoor mask is kind of hardcore, isn't it? But yeah, man, I'm what I want to do is I don't want to infect anybody else. It's weird because I've been really careful with this. Like I don't pass the blunt anymore. I mean, even handshaking, I give the fist bump, and people are like, "Oh, come on, give me that hand," and then boom. I've had people say, fuck COVID," and I saw a friend of mine the other day. I hadn't seen him in probably 10 years. Oh, good friend of mine from the past. And of course, I gave him a big. He gives me a big hug, and I said, "Yeah, man, how you doing?" I just assumed it. I didn't assume anything. I gave him a big hug, and I don't know how I got it. I don't know where I contacted it. I made some calls. I went to my brother's house for Thanksgiving, And then yeah, I did put my mouth on a couple of blunts in there. They were passing around the table, and I assumed everybody there was safe. But yeah, I appreciate that, Emson, man. Hey Joe, how you doing, bro? How you doing, Joe? Yeah, I went to a medical facility last week. I brought my wife, and it was in the elevator it said masks are optional. But then I went back there the next week, and it was mandatory. So I guess there's kind of a spike going on. Hey, Mr. P, how you doing, my brother? But right away I said, this is not going to beat me. And see, COVID. I mean, COVID's killed a million people in this country. I mean, a million people, dude. A million people. A few friends of mine, and being I'm going to be 68 in another month, and I've had a few of my close friends. My best friend, he died the day that Marvin Hagler died, and I've always respected it, and I always kept social distancing. I always until Thanksgiving, I guess. It's kind of like it's over, and I had 3 shots. I had 3. I had the first 2, and then the booster. But the 4th booster, I said, fuck that, bro. I think I've had enough. So I didn't get that 4th booster shot. Maybe I should have, but maybe with the 3 that I had, And like I said, last night was it was a terrible night, man. I had heartburn, like whoa. Felt like there was a fucking dragon in my chest. And I'm very congested now. But it's we gotta ride it out, man. I guess I was a virgin. My wife said, "You're not a virgin anymore," because most of the people around here, oh, I had that, it's nothing. I get through with it. And I didn't even want to experience it. I used to joke with her a couple of years ago. I said, I think I'm going to catch it just to see what it's like. And she's like, "Are you fucking crazy?" She takes everything I say seriously. But maybe I do, Brandon. I don't know, but like I said, last night was one of the worst nights in my life. I couldn't get comfortable. I must have watched TV all night. I started watching the fights, and I actually kind of nodded off during Regis's fight, and I caught the ending of it. I saw the final knockout at the end, man. Great fight, but I wish I had been able to pay more attention to it. So I was on some cat's site earlier in the night, and I said, either I ate too many of these cookies that the old lady made, or I'm coming down with something. And sure enough, man, the old ninja got me, bit me in the ass. But I really feel 100% better today than I did last night at this time. And I did my on this day thing, but I made a mistake on that too. So usually when I do those, I go to a source that I have that tells you what happened on this day. But then I have to go. I go double check it, because a lot of times they're wrong. They're wrong in the date. They're wrong in the year. They make mistakes, but I didn't double check it, and it said on today. And on this day, I think it was 1980. I can't even remember the date, but it was the year Rocky V was released. Ivan Drago, and that was one of the largest grossing motion pictures for over 24 years. That's what I like to hear, because I'm hydrating myself. I didn't eat much today, but I'll tell you, when I got up this morning, my wife asked me if I wanted anything. I didn't even get out of bed for a while. 85. She said, "Hey, Maurice, how you doing, my brother?" And I said, I'd like some frozen yogurt, man, because I got some fire going on in my throat. And she gave me a little bowl, and right away, first of all, didn't have any taste. I said, uh-oh, no taste whatsoever. In fact, this actually has more taste than the froyo did. but it made me feel a little bit better. You know, it gave me the a little drive to get up. You know, throw some water on my face. I don't know if I'm any better, Maurice. Well, I'm probably better than I was yesterday. And this Paxlovid seems to have helped, and I guess it is pretty much, you know. See, we don't know exactly. We don't know that much about COVID. It's a new thing. It was never around forever. I mean, dude, like I said, I'm fucking 67, and I never saw any kind of a pandemic in my life like this. And I didn't think it would get me, but it did. And now I've experienced it. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Ron Finkley? Shout out to you, brother. And we're just gonna try to do it right, do it day by day. I'm canceling some appointments. I have an eye doctor's appointment on December 3rd. I think I'm gonna. I mean, dude, they don't want to see you. That's the first thing they ask you when you go into the facility. They take your temperature, boom, they hit you in the head with that digital thermometer with the infrared light, and then they you know, and then have you been have you traveled? Oh yeah, I traveled to get down here. But it's funny because a couple of weeks ago, me and Matt Chad, we went to Elmira, Pennsylvania, which is an 8-hour ride. And I might have seen one person with a mask on at the big event. And that was an amateur fight card. Maybe several, but I wasn't even paying attention because it's almost not a thing anymore. You know, but believe me, we have to be vigilant. You know, I let my guard down a little bit, hugged the guy, puffed on a couple of blunts at the Thanksgiving table. And hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I kind of think I'm going to. I think I'm going to get through this pretty easily. I don't think it's really doing anything to me. I hope it doesn't anyway. I hope I don't end up like a million other people did, because I'm not ready to check out just yet. Sometimes I say, hey man, I'm tired. I've been around here for a long time. Maybe I should just kind of prepare for the end. It's inevitable. You know, go with a clean slate. Yeah, maybe I'll do that before I crash. But you know something, I don't even think I will because I kind of know if I have a fever, and I feel kind of normal right now. I don't feel any of that internal heat going on. And it was this day, you know how I do that every day? I went there and my friend George H, he corrected me right away. He saw that the Rocky was released, I think, on the 17th, not on the 27th. But it said in my little Rolodex page that I go to find out what happened on this day. And excuse me. You know, they were wrong. I was wrong. So I took it down and I went and looked around and I saw the Fulton Figueroa fight last year. That was on this day, and that was a great fight. So I put that up instead. Oh, somebody's giving me a text right now. Excuse me. That's my brother Big Duke up there. My brother Big Duke, fourth quarter. He says, hey bro, get some rest. Damn live streaming. Get better, fam, then go live. Duke, you know, I like to stay in contact with my brothers and my sisters out here and let them know what's going on, and I feel good right now. I actually feel like I kind of feel like I'm over the hump. It's only 24 hours, and man, some people this takes months, and some people never get cured. I mean, maybe I'll never get cured. I don't know, but I kind of like to just come out here and shout out to the family. You know, I appreciate you coming in here and trying to log down some of them watch hours. You know, maybe get 1,000 subs in the near future. Who knows, man? But it's a blast. It's a blast doing this. You know, I like doing it. There's nobody around, nobody to talk to, so I figure I'll come and talk to all you cats. And shit, man. If I can get 10, 12 people to come in here with just a random live like this, I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. And then I'm looking on this day, and I see also on this day was I was over just over my brother, Mr. Boxing, not Mr. Yeah, I was over my brother, Main Man. Great channel. I love that brother. And he was doing it on this day, and it was Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales on this day. So man, I listened to him, and man, he's a really cool guy. He's just a great guy. He sees me on there, and he tells me, keep doing what you're doing, bro. I love what you're doing. I learn things from you. And dude, this is a guy who I learned things from him. He's one of the sharpest boxing minds out there. And he went on, and he humbled the hell out of me. But anyway, man, he was doing the third fight, Carlos. And I said to him, I said, damn, it doesn't seem like Eric Morales can hold a belt without Marco Antonio on his tail. And this is also on this day, another fight. My buddy Punch Skunk Boxing, Punching Bag Skunk. I always forget these YouTube names. His name is Greg Towns. He's from East Providence, Rhode Island. Former professional boxer, light heavyweight. He's a nice guy. He's got some great stuff going on. But anyway, he let me know that he did it on this day, which is so cool because if people see mine and then do that, that's it's humbling. But anyway, on this day is another fight that I can't forget. Back in, I think it was 1985. It was, or maybe it was 84 or 83. It was in the early 80s. Yeah, it was. Anyway, Randall Tex Cobb, Larry Holmes. It was a one-way fight. It was a slaughter. But I love Randall Tex Cobb. Randall Tex Cobb is a nice guy, bro. I mean, he'll make you laugh. He went 15 rounds with Larry Holmes. Larry just picked him apart. His face looked like a fucking beehive, man. But and then Howard Cosell asked, "How you feeling? Randall? How you feeling, Tex? What's going on?" He says, "Hell, we're just getting started. Give me a couple more rounds with him." And it was a shutout. And this is the fight that Howard Cosell. He stopped announcing professional boxing after this fight. Hey, World Combat Sports, how you doing? World Combat Sports. I sent you a text yesterday, man. I was reminding you telling you about the volume was messing up in the show, and then you sent me one back. Who is this? Do I know you? I'm like, oh, this is the Twilight Zone here. But anyway, guy, a pleasure to see you in here, man. Hey, Macadocious Mac, another one of my brothers, man. Salute to you, man. You always been a great guy. Always shouting me out when I see him, man. Humbles me when he calls me a legend. I'm a legend, all right, man. A fucking a legend of what not to be and what not to do. Thank you, brother. Do you know me? I laughed like a motherfucker when I saw that. I said, what is this guy? Is this guy the Twilight Zone over here? But, yeah, man, always good stuff over there, World Combat Sports. Impala, shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to you, man. So, being this day where, I told a bunch of people that I caught the COVID, and I said, I'm going to come on here and just let them know that, I guess for me, I hope it's not that big a thing. I hope this goes away tomorrow. I plan on taking another walk. I didn't take my 2 walks today. It's raining out there right now, and it's kind of warm out there too. It was in the 50s today, which is cool, man. Which is nice. Hey, Black Star, brother, I haven't seen you in a long time, man. I haven't seen you in forever, bro. Glad to see you in here, man. Hope you're doing well. Black Star, great channel. In fact, one of the shows that he had that kind of it really got me into doing this thing. He had John the Iceman Scully. Cue the God, salute my brother. And I met John the Iceman Scully a couple of weeks ago down in fucking Pennsylvania at the Legends Weekend. And Black Star had him on his show, and I went on there. I didn't even know it was John Scully. And he's talking, and John's kind of, he's a New England guy, and he's talking boxing, and I'm like, listen to this cat, man. He knows his shit, man. So, I started going back and forth with him, and then I finally realized it was the Iceman John Scully. And bro, Scully is an incredible boxing mind. He's a historian. I ain't no fucking historian, man. I'm maybe history. We'll definitely link up Black Star, and he had me on that show, and I said, wow, this is great talking to these legends, man. And Scully he could do a whole show, man. He has got the gift of gab, and he's such a nice man. And there's my man B&B. I'm sorry, I say B&N because it's Big Nick Boxing. But yeah, Nick. I kind of did what you told me to do. Went out there, went for a walk. You probably know what this is, Nick. I got some of this. I've been taking the 5-day Cyclorad, a little bit of Tylenol, and some nose spray. And I hope that gets me through. I haven't eaten much today. Yeah, I had the I did. My wife made me a half of a tuna fish on Syrian bread, and a bowl of soup. I had a nice big bowl of soup with some crackers in there. And that's, it doesn't sound like much, but it's definitely a healthy, filling meal, especially when you're in the dumps. Hey, JC, man, how you doing, my brother? Peace to you, man. Peace to you. And I got to give my wife so much credit. In fact, I wear that mask around the house, and I make her wear one. And she went to bed tonight. Usually I give her a big kiss when she goes to bed. Because we sleep in separate rooms, which is cool too, man. She snores like a fucking chainsaw. And I can sleep with the TV on. I can sleep with the stereo on. But something about that, dude, it cuts through me it's like scratching those. Yes, exactly, Nick. 5 days, AM and PM. And I tell you, after I did that first dose, I think it worked, bro. I think that it worked, and I would definitely, if you do come down with this, call your doctor right away and get one of these new treatments that they have, because man, if I was gonna feel like I did last night, I think I would have jumped out the window. It was just a terrible night, man. I said, God, what did I do? Why are you doing this to me? Yes, it does, man. Yes, it does. And I got the extra strength Tylenol and a nose spray. But I got this rotten taste in my mouth, and I've gargled a couple of times with Listerine. I don't know what the hell, probably a generic Listerine. And I've talked to my doctor before, and he said, you should only gargle like once a day because you don't want to kill the good bacteria in your mouth. You don't want to. You need some of this bacteria in your body to fight off different infections and different germs. So I get this rotten taste in my mouth right now. The water's not doing much for it. And the funny thing is, I can't put my finger on what this tastes like because there really is no taste. And smell, I don't know if that's come back yet. Let me my buddy came down yesterday, and I called him up right away. And man, this is an old friend of mine, and he laid some buds on me. I gave him some of my honey, but he gave me some of his grass here, man. Which, hey, you go to these dispensaries, they put them in these containers. Wow, I can smell a little bit of it, but he. Just a good friend. This stuff is called Moto Breath. maybe that's why my mouth tastes like I ate a shit sandwich. Maybe it's just Moto Breath. But yeah, they go right now. You can go to casinos. You can go to dispensaries and buy this stuff. Eat onion, dude. I can't. I have Barrett's syndrome, and I have to avoid spices and I have to avoid fatty foods. Hey, Chen Smoke, how you doing, my brother? So this kind, it's kind of like I have a few compromises in my immune system that I have to deal with. And I always thought about when this first became when it first became a thing. I said, I don't want to catch this because I don't know what's going to do to me. I had hepatitis C 22 years ago, and I have Barrett syndrome. I've got tremendous arthritis, bro. I mean, dude, I used to be in the gym every day. Every day, I was benching 350 pounds at 175. And my shoulders got so worn down, all the cartilage went in both of them. And I've been to orthopedics to look at it, and they tell me the only thing you can do is have total shoulder replacements. I said, fuck that. I worked through it. I bit the bullet. I was taking painkillers. I mean, I did. I just wanted to get big. I wanted to stay healthy. I liked having muscle on me. It felt good. It was just it was a healthy feeling. And I ruined my shoulders by doing that. And now, man, excuse me. Get rid of that. Boom, put that in the biological waste bin over there. But I wanted to get my goal was to bench 400 pounds before I turned 50. It didn't happen. I couldn't break that 350, 355 on a good day. And if a fly had flown on the bar, it would have went down. But I tried, man. I tried, and people, dude, there ain't nothing wrong with looking like you can bench 400 pounds. And I was working out. I was eating right, and maybe that's got something to do with the way that I, the way that I am now, the way that I'm, the after effects, the residuals, from eating right. I quit drinking way back, 20 when I found out I had hepatitis C. I quit drinking, and that's so curable right now. One pill, 1 month, and it's totally gone. When I had it, you had to give yourself 3 shots of interferon a week, and you had to take these ribavirin, and it was nasty. It was tough. No, Mr. P. I knew plenty of guys that could do it. That's why plenty of Caucasians in my gym could bench 400. That's why I wanted to be in that club, but wasn't meant to be. I could do it on a Smith machine where you didn't have to stabilize the bar. You could just push it up. I got 4 plates on that for a rep or 2 back in the day. But competition-wise, free weights, no shirt. I couldn't do it, man. And I think I almost gave myself a fucking heart attack trying to do it, because I was determined, when you want to pick up that hot girl, and it doesn't matter. I don't care if she's with the biggest gorilla in the place, man. You're gonna get her. Now that was my mindset. But anyway, man, here I am today. COVID positive. Kicking back over here, man. Kicking back. LT, my brother. Salute, man. Salute. That LT, that might have been when I caught it, because I was there. My wife's, at this stage in life, you kind of have to. You don't have to, but I have faith in modern medicine, and I have certain doctors. I actually say that they saved my life. So. Things go wrong, especially my wife, man. I make sure she gets all her checkups and procedures. And we had to go to she got a PET scan because she was a smoker for 50 years. She quit. In fact, she quit 3 years ago. Chen Smoke, my brother. She quit 3 years ago, and they found a what the hell do they call it? A module or something like that on her lungs. But she had to go for a PET scan, and I sat there for about 3 hours in the waiting room. I had the mask on the whole time. In fact, it was cool because I had my phone with me, and Blood Boxing was doing a show, and I love listening to Blood when he does one of his shows, man. When he does his lives, and that got me through it, man. That got me through the 3 hours like it was nothing. It was cool. So shout out to my man Blood Boxing. But anyway, man, that could have been where I picked it up. That was only hey, Random Acoustic Thoughts, my bro. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you guys coming in here, man. Do me a favor, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. We do good things here, man. You know, we do good things. We do public service like I'm doing right now. We do historic boxing. We do current boxing, and we do health and nutrition. I missed putting on my jazz this morning. It wasn't in my my head to do it, because what I've been doing lately, you know, I go for a walk every morning, every twice a day. But anyway, my morning walk is the most important one. That's where you burn your calories. See, if you go out there and you do your cardio, and I do a walk, it's only a brisk walk, but it's a walk. It'll bring up a sweat. You know, you walk at a fast pace, kind of like Pigeon does. You do that for a half hour, and believe me, you're gonna get that internal engine fired up. You're gonna get that metabolism up, and thank you, Emz, bro. I appreciate that. But see, the fucking train of thought. It always goes on me when I stop in mid sentence. What I was talking about here, man. I was talking about that morning walk. Yeah. See, you do your cardio first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and see what happens is you fire up that metabolism, and it looks for a fuel. And usually in the morning, your body doesn't have any food in it, especially carbohydrates. It's glycogen deplete, and your body, your preferred fuel source is glycogen, which is the byproduct of carbohydrates. And you do it first thing in the morning, and you're almost glycogen free. So once your body goes through its glycogen stores, it looks for an alternative fuel source, and it prefers fat over carbohydrates. So your body, fats over protein. So your body will key, if you're healthy, if you have a good metabolism, your body will burn fat. We'll use fat cells for energy. So this is a good way to keep the fat off the midsection, to spare the lean mass. So if you're into cardio, do it first thing on an empty stomach, and you'll get much more results. And what it does is it'll fire up that metabolism, so it might continue burning fat throughout the day, and you'll get leaner and healthier. And this is something I learned a long time ago, because I have a little bit of training in this. I'm a certified personal fitness trainer and a certified nutritional technician. And all that means is I can get insurance, I can train people, I can charge money, it's a business, and I can write out diets. I can help people lose weight, which I've done hundreds and hundreds of people. But anyway, man, I kind of attribute a little bit of that with how this didn't affect me so much, man. My dear friend JR, he passed away from COVID. My friend Maurice, he passed away from COVID. My friend Eddie, it's kind of a scary thing, but it didn't scare me a bit when I got it. The keto diet, see, that's just that's a high protein diet, and that's okay. But I tend to lean more towards the Mediterranean, where you have some fats and more fibrous vegetables in there, more complex carbohydrates. The keto diet, to me it's a temporary thing. It's a quick fix. If you have to lose weight, it's a great way to do it, man. It's a great way to drop those pounds, but you don't want to stay on that forever. You want to incorporate some of the fibrous carbs in there, the good fats in your diet. See, keto is keyed on fat, and I know that they do like a 50-50, a 60-40-10, where it's 60% protein, 40% fat, and 10% carbohydrates. And I think you need a little more of those good carbs, like the kale, the spinach, the broccoli. Good healthy carbs. See, remember, all carbs aren't created equal. I could take a handful of cotton candy in this hand, a handful of spinach in this hand, and if I weigh them properly, they're both going to contain the same amount of carbohydrates, but it's the simple carbs versus the complex carbs. And the complex carbs, they're slow digesting. They aid in your passing, your stools. You want those nice and solid. And see the complex carbs, they almost work like little scrubbing bubbles. They go through your arteries and they'll clean out some of that bad plaque that a lot of people end up with, with problems with their arteries, with sclerosis and and you want to have a good mixture in there. I think it's great to have carbs in your diet, clean, lean proteins like like chicken breasts, lean cuts of beef, 90% lean hamburger. And then as far as the carbohydrates go, you can stick a little bread in there. I don't eat bread personally, but a little. I eat Syrian bread, but white bread, man, no. That's Your body knows no difference between a teaspoon or tablespoon of sugar and a slice of white bread. Same amount of calories. It breaks down to the same simple carbohydrate. See, if you need to burn some energy, then those simple carbs are okay. Like maybe before a long run, before a marathon run. But just keep it simple. Unprocessed foods are the best foods because everything you put in your body that's processed, your body has to unprocess it. You look at some of these things and you look at the list of ingredients, and it's mind blowing. There's more fucking additives in there than there are the actual whole food. And if you can keep it simple, if you can eat clean, almost like a caveman, and frequently too, I'm a firm believer in small, frequent meals, as opposed to I've talked to people who eat once a day, and I'm like, dude, no, that's not right. Because see, we were hunters and gatherers, and the back in way back, man, we were cavemen basically. We would kill the mastodon, and the tribe would feed off that, and the harvest, and the tribe would feed off that, and then there were months and months when no food were around. And so, we tended to fast, and our metabolism would slow down. It would disperse our calories slowly to keep us alive. But we knock on wood, we don't have to worry too much about that anymore. There's not going to be any famines. There's not going to be, times where we can't get food. Let's hope that is anyway, man. Because I know the way things have been going lately. I don't go to the supermarket, but the old lady goes and she says, man, you should see those shelves there. They're bare. I usually buy this stuff called Supreme Sauce for my dog. And Toby, come on. But they're not, I guess with the shipping, with what we originally started this off with, man, with the COVID, it's kind of changed the workplace a lot. You see help wanted signs everywhere you go. Restaurants can't get dishwashers anymore. They can't get prep cooks. People don't want to work. The government will pay you not to work, man. I saw this thing the other day about this homeless dude in San Francisco, and he was getting $600 a month in SSI. He got his Obama phone that had Netflix in there and Amazon Prime, and plus he was getting $350 a month in food stamps. And he's like, I like it on the street. Why would I want to get a job? Well, this is great out here. You got a tent and shit, and it's kind of a sad way society, kind of a sad turn that society has taken. But I guess reality is what it is. But fortunately, I've been blessed. I've got a loving family, a nice home, and we eat well. Eating well is key, man, because everything you put in your body has to get something out of it. You stop putting in these fucking processed foods. You stop putting in these MSGs and all kind of things that are added for freshness. Well, bro, I mean, I saw this cat out here, and he looked like he was pretty satisfied. Although, it's a sad thing, homelessness. Breaks my heart seeing the way that they are. I couldn't even imagine being homeless. But it's the way the world goes. It's the way the world is now. You go out to San Francisco and Los Angeles. You see whole tent cities out there. Around here, we have a homeless population, but it's cold out. Like, you know, the winter's it's a tough time to be homeless, man. I don't know how these poor bastards do it. You know, that's why, you know, well, whenever I see somebody out there with you know, looking for dough, and if I get a couple extra bucks in my pocket, you know, it makes you feel a lot better if you to give it away. You know, even if they're scam artists. I've probably been scammed a million times. You know, I believe in helping others because it comes back to you. That's the thing about it, man. It sure is, Black Star. You know, but it's reality. It's the way it is out there. You know, when I was a kid, in my town there were maybe 2 homeless people, and in the winter, they used to go into the they had a place called Howard. They closed it down. It was a mental institution, but they'd go there for the winter and they'd stay safe and warm, and they had a garden up there. But see, after Reagan got in, he kind of closed all that shit down and put them all in the streets. So different world right now. It's a harsh world, you know. And hey, if we can take care of our brothers out there, if we can do a little bit for them, then believe me, it's not going to go unrewarded. But anyway, guys, I don't want to stay here too long. I just wanted to come on and let you all know that I appreciate all the get well wishes. Maybe that helped me out a little bit. Congestion, I think, is the worst part of this. Because I know when I go to bed, I'm gonna have that postnasal drip. I'm gonna have to bring the old Kleenex in the bedroom with me. The dollar store specials, you got to double up on them. But hey, better than nothing. Better than nothing, man. You know, I'm blessed. I really am, man. And you know, all you cats coming in here, man, that makes me feel really good. I appreciate it. I appreciate it beyond belief. And I'm gonna make my exit. I thank you once again for coming in here. I'm gonna maybe get a good night's sleep tonight. I don't know, man. I kind of like I nodded off on the couch this afternoon. You know, it's funky too because my good friend Brian Robinson, he's the events coordinator for Tim Witherspoon, and he gave me a buzz earlier. He sent me a text. Hey Bruce, you want to go on? Tim's going to have Marlon Starling on there, and man, he loves having you on there with him. I said, Brian, I just fucking found out I have COVID. But anyway, I watched the show, and you know, he's like, oh, you got to come on next week. He brings a lot. He knows a lot of, you know, boxes from my day because he puts these fundraisers, the events together. You know, I ran Barkley and Sugar Ray Seals, you know, and these are the cats that I love. These are the cats that made me understand boxing, and they still do. And Marlon Starling, I was going to have him come on my show. You know, I talk to him once in a while. Hey, Mary Teresa, man, salute, man. That's from Buddy's channel. I appreciate you coming in here, my sister. Make sure you're untouchable in here, you know, because we got a lot of nuts in here, and they like to time people out, and they like to block people. So as long as I can, I'm going to make you unblockable. You know, when it comes to the point where I can't do it anymore, then I'll take everybody's wrench away. But I don't like being a hard ass. I kind of like making you people members of my channel, members of my family over here. It's a sad world, man. It is, but it's also a beautiful world out there. You know, it really is, man. You know, I thank God every day. I thank God every day that I wake up. You know, there ain't no guarantee. And last night, man, you know, I'm laying there and I'm like, damn, I don't even know if I want to make it over here tonight. I don't know if I want to make it through the night. And I guess that's the way of the world. You know, I hope it turns around. You know, I don't know. It seems like it's only going to get worse. And all we can do is is do our little part. You know, maybe help the man next to you, help the woman next to you. That's our brothers and our sisters out there, man. You know. So some people just a little bit of help, a couple of bucks will make their day. That means eating and not eating. So anyway, I tied you up for an hour. You made me feel a lot better on here today. Thank you so much, man. Stay blessed. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. I'm out of here. Peace.